knew I'd have to record my findings. I began to keep a journal.
In the story of Gravity Falls, it was always established that 3 journals were in existence. In the very first episode of the show, Dipper found the 3rd, but we still knew that there were 2 others hiding somewhere else. These 3 journals were used together to open up the portal that would save the author, and all the lore pointed to them being the only ones. However, the official Gravity Falls graphic novel, Lost Legends, has released and gave us an interesting piece of information. Take a look at this panel. Schmebulok is talking because of something else explained earlier in the book, but that's not the important thing here. Look in the background on the shelf to see that there's a journal shaped like every other one, but instead, there's a 4 on it. I'm sorry, what? What does this mean? Is it some sort of secret message? How did it even come into existence in the first place? Well, it's easier to understand how a Journal 4 exists if we take a deeper look at Schmebulok and his role during Lost Legends. He's portrayed as a super fan of the Pines family, literally saying in a speech bubble that he followed every one of their adventures through the summer. His bulletin board includes codes and mysteries of loose ends in Gravity Falls, the exact loose ends that I and tons of other fans have discussed ever since the series ended back in 2016. Based on his various appearances and speech bubbles in Lost Legends, it seems extremely likely that he's speaking after the summer is over, which means that Dipper and Mabel headed home, Stan and Ford are going on an adventure through the ocean, and Seuss is head of the Mystery Shack. But while we do have a general time period for when these scenes occur, that only gives us a small clue on why Journal 4 appears on Schmebulok's bookshelf. There's no doubt about it, 3 journals have always existed as we've seen them in the series. This 4th journal, if we're assuming that all the Schmebulok scenes are after the series of Gravity Falls, was probably created after the events of the show by Ford, who wrote about plenty of other supernatural creatures and messages.
Fascinating. What did you say your name was?
Schmebulok Senior.
It was finally a place where I felt at home. But something nagged at me. Where did it all come from? It seemed to me the answer must lie outside of our world.
The book does seem to resemble every single other one in almost perfect condition, so it really may not be a bootleg created by someone else. If Ford did create Journal 4, how could Schmebulok get his tiny gnome hands on it anyway? Well, he does say that he roots the Pines family trash, so maybe he could sneak around the Mystery Shack and steal random stuff he wants. His house inside of Lost Legends is filled with novels, and if he stumbles upon the Mystery Shack's collection of crazy stuff, there's a pretty high chance he'll find some books lying around, one of them being Journal 4. Later on in the graphic novel, he said that he rummaged through Stan's secret drawer, meaning that it's easy for him to discover hidden objects from the shack. That's only one possibility though. Perhaps Schmebulok is the author of this brand new journal, and because he's a super fan of the Pines family, he wrote it as some sort of fan fiction to continue Ford's legacy.
I realized the only way to understand Gravity Falls would be to build a gateway, a portal to the source of its weirdness.
But again, the quality of the book is so good, and I could definitely see Ford putting it together. And another theory is that Journal 4 existed all along, but I highly doubt this is the case because there were no hints about it before, so I really think it was made after the events of Gravity Falls. Still, this is the only time Journal 4 appeared in Lost Legends, and the crew who worked on the book placed it there because they knew that fans would point it out and go crazy theorizing about it, which is, exactly what I'm doing here. Lost Legends holds a ton of secrets and mysteries, and Journal 4 is one that doesn't seem to have a solid answer as of right now. Will we ever take a deeper look to see what's actually inside the journal and discover its author? Who knows? All I can say is that it's really fun to theorize about Gravity Falls stuff, just because it's been so long since we got new stories like these. Please, if you haven't already, pick up this new graphic novel. You won't regret it if you're a fan of the series. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.